So before I join my round, I'm gonna cinch that yarn tail closed and then go ahead and slip stitch into this chain of my beginning DC. And when you make this slip stitch, where you want to put your hook is not just at this outer loop of the chain. If you put your hook there to make your slip stitch join, you're going to elongate this loop and it just makes this gaping hole. So what you want to do in order to make this stitch look as much like a regular DC as possible, that's the goal, is that you want this stitch to look just like a regular DC so you can't tell where you began your round. You're going to work into this loop also, this leading loop that goes out of the chain. You're going to also work into there. So that's where you're going to put your hook to work your slip stitch, is right through both of those loops. So this is a much smaller hole when you grab that one. And then you're going to just grab your yarn, make a slip stitch. Now, I've explained this on previous videos, but the anatomy of this stitch, this beginning DC, is like this. You can see here, this is why I make my beginning DC like this and I don't chain 3, like typical patterns will say. So your single crochet at the bottom here mimics this part of the DC, and your chain that you made in the beginning mimics this part of the DC in the center, and then your slip stitch join mimics this top V. So this is why in my patterns I have you slip stitch join, but then you work your next your first stitch for the next round in the next stitch, because if you work into your joining stitch, then you're going to lose this top slip stitch looking like this V right here. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. The next thing we're going to do is work straight into this chain 1 space with a beginning DC. So you're going to go straight into that chain 1 space with a single crochet, a chain 1, and another chain for the corner. All right, and so now you can really tell that you can hardly tell the difference between our beginning DC and what a regular DC looks like.